Good morning, Yeeters. Thank you for turning into the weekly Yeet League update here on Yeet League TV. I am your Yeet host, Patrick Murphy, as usual. You're entering the no spin zone. Let's get right down to it. We had a lot of action here on week 3, so let's get right to the power rankings. Number 1, we've got, as many expected, the Kazakhstan Fighting Borats. And what a week. Russell Wilson to Tyler Lockett was all we heard during that Seahawks win over Dallas. All the owner Mike McCormick heard was dollar signs. And 50 points out of his running backs, another 24 from wide receiver 1. That adds up to 181 points total this week. Damn, that's a lot to score. This team, through the first few weeks, looked pretty good this season. Week 2 came with a 2-word warning for this team, which was watch out. And week 3, Mikey delivered on that. So good work to the owner there. The rest of the league, they failed to watch out, and he skated right past them. If Russell Wilson continues this MVP season that he's on track for, the rest of this team, they've just got to cover the projections, and they're going to win it all. So watch out for Russell Wilson. Watch out for the Fighting Borats. Now, something to think about. Coming up here in a few weeks, the weekend of October 23rd, we've got a double whammy, and owner Mike McCormick is concerned. Not only does Borat 2 get released that weekend, but it's also Hawkeye football's first football game of the season. That's right, the Big Ten is back. Rumor has it there will be a booze-fueled sex party all weekend in the Borat locker room. They don't really care, but distractions be damned. This is the Borat's league to lose right now. In the number 2 spot, staying there for 2 weeks in a row, is Cog and Balls. Sounds a lot like Cock and Balls. I wonder if the owner knows that. Anyway, Alvin fucking Kamara. I mean, Jesus Christ, the check down king last week. And with Drew Brees' arm really looking bad this year, Alvin Kamara, he might be the check down PPR king that Christian McCaffrey's been in years past. Reports from around the league are that Texas oil tycoon Billy Coughlin couldn't be happier. Speaking of old quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers is playing lights out this season. Apparently fueled by the fact that Green Bay drafted some young quarterback, Aaron decided to show these cheeseheads he still has another year left in him, and his arm looks good as ever. He truly is throwing that football around like it's nobody's goddamn business. Some high upside from the rest of the roster, as long as there's some good plug and play off the bench guys. This team needs to stay well managed, and if that's the case, they're going to vie for the number 1 spot for the remaining future, it looks like. It's a real possibility. He's also one of only 2 unbeaten teams left in the league, him and the Borats. Now, going up against the Cunt Commandos this week is going to be a tough matchup, but like owner Billy always says, you've got to beat the best to be the best, and he is not worried about this matchup one bit. A fall from grace, you might say, for the 3 spot this week is the Washington Liz Warrens. The best name in the league's only going to get you so far. Down a little, but definitely not out, okay? 31 points from the stud Josh Allen, and another 27 points from the Colts defense. Who? The Colts? 27 points? Holy shit. But it was not enough for the natives to get past Alvin Kamara and the rest of the Cog and Balls in week 3. Some injuries on this team, but that's the story around the league. 3 questionable wide receivers on the bench. The best tight end in the league not playing. His backup injured a few minutes into the game. And like I said, this is the story across the league, and injuries are going to be a part of the game this year, okay? So it's going to be up to management and the front office to make the right moves here to get this team back in the number 1 spot. They're down, but they're not out, okay? Still the highest scoring team in this league, and that's by 25 points, okay? So that's something to think about. But we're going to need some booming performances expected. And, that happened the first 2 weeks. We're going to see if they can keep it going. And this week 4, playing against a tough team from Tallahassee known as the Titty Touchers. So it's going to be a good matchup, one of the best around the league. So we're going to see what happens. Now coming in at the number 4 spot, moving up from number 6. And remember, they moved down from number 2 the week prior to that, is the Cunt Commandos. Story around the league this season is... has been breakout games from surprise guys, right? And the Cunt Commandos have seemed to know that from the start. Let's not forget, this team got robbed from 10 points. 10 points got taken away from this team because dumbass DJ Metcalf got the ball poked out at the 2-yard line. Go ahead, touchdown. He stopped running. Defender comes, ball is gone. What the fuck was he doing? That was 10 points. Rumor has it owner Urias punched a hole through the drywall when that happened, and I don't blame him. I almost did. Doesn't matter for this high-flying team, though, okay? They still went out. They still got the W. And that was with 10 points from their guy they could have had. That's okay. DJ Metcalf helped him out anyways. I think he scored something like 27 this week. Now, there's one thing that football owner Chase Urias knows, and he's a football guy, right? The bench needs some help. He's aware of that, okay? He's had a lot of time off. Rumor has it the guy's been sick with something called COVID. I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't affect the locker room. We saw that happen in Tennessee. Yeah, rumor has it he's got a lot of free time on his hands. Hopefully he's making moves. I haven't seen him yet, but we're going to see. Is he sleeping in until 2 a.m. every day, 2 p.m. every day, or is he working? I don't know. We're going to see it. Tough matchup this week with Cog and Balls. And let me tell you, Cog and Balls smells blood in the water, okay? Now, we're going to consider it an upset if Chase Urias and the Cunt Commandos win. Let's see it, okay? Now, at the number 5 spot, we've got the Tallahassee Titty Touchers. And they actually moved down from number 4 last week. Now, here's what happened. They did get a W this week. They skated by the worst team in the league, okay? So you're not going to get props for that, okay? And the Titties need to get some things sorted out. They could have, that PPE machine McCaffrey, but just like everybody else, right? They're dealing with injuries. McCaffrey's out something like 6 weeks, okay? So what's going to happen in the between time, okay? After losing the number 1 guy, I mean, they still managed to win. Props to the front office. They're staying the course. But you can't count on 31 points from a guy named, James Robinson? Who is that? Every week. He's not going to get you 31 points. Front office owner Tristan Peters knows that. Word around the league is that Tristan Peters is willing to do anything for a number 1 wide receiver. Make your offers, boys. Now, TP is up against the Liz Warrens this week, and they haven't looked great. So this is going to be an opportunity for him to prove that he's a top dog, right? So start making your run, TP, make some trades, and we'll see what happens. Now, my teleprompter just went out. Just kidding. I didn't write anything for these bottom 5 teams because I don't have to, right? Big Oak, what's going on here, buddy? First, you suck dick. Then you put up like 180 points. Then you get your ass blown out by the Kazakhstan Fighting Borats. I mean, you weren't going to beat him this week. Nobody was. So we can't hold that against him. But you've got Patrick Mahomes. You got Aaron Jones. Leonard Fournette. I mean, talk about a guy that's washed up. But Keenan Allen scoring points for you. We got a lot of no-name guys other than Mahomes and Jones here on this team. But they're putting up points. They're making it happen. We need some good bench play out of you, though. What's going on with the bench, man? 57 points on the bench. But 150 points this week. That's a lot. Now let's look at what you've got coming up here. You're playing the Thickety Thoughts, and that team fucking sucks. Okay, so stay the course, beat the Thickety Thoughts, make some moves. Yeah, you're going to stay at the number 6 spot for now. Okay, let's see what we got. Number 7, I think, is going to be Team Constance, right? No Frills name, really a No Frills team either. And this is coming off a Super Bowl win last season. Let's not forget he was the champion. Let's see what we've got for the line. No, there's a big story right there. Deshaun Watson, not very good. Chris Carson, I mean, Jesus Christ. Did you see that Seahawks game? They needed to give him the ball more. But things were working with Tyler Lockett. DK Metcalf was getting the carries. He got overlooked. We got a lot of guys on this team with some upside. They're really just not getting the ball. Horrible bench performance. A lot of injuries, a lot of questionables. That's the story in the league, man. You got to figure it out. Right now, you're staying at, I think, number 7. Doesn't look like you're going to move up if you don't get your act together, okay? So, get to it, brother. Speaking of, is it the Thickety Thoughts? Is it the Thick City Thoughts? Nobody knows. Nobody really fucking cares. Because at the 8th spot, who fucking cares, dude? Get your act together. Big Ben, he's old, dude. He's old. James Conner, he's old, dude. I don't know how old he is, but he's putting some points up for you. Tyreek Hill, fastest guy in the league, right? Patrick Mahomes is just fucking eating this season. So you're going to get some points at him. Jerick McKinnon, he's normally pretty good. Bucks D, not bad this week, 19 points. Really not a bad week, 130 points. But in this league, that's just not enough. Looks like the bench has some possibilities here. But here's one thing I got to say for this team, Thickety Thoughts and owner Andy Anderson. Why do you got so many fucking people from Pittsburgh? Pittsburgh's not going to be good this year. You got to make some moves. Sucks that you have Shaquan Barkley. We all feel bad for you there. I mean, really, that guy's a stud. He should be getting you 35 points every week. Not going to happen, okay? But like I've been saying all day today, injuries are going to happen around this league. You've got to work through them. Make some moves, dude. Let's see how many moves you've made here. Okay, 6 moves. That's one of the higher ones in the league. Things just aren't working. So front office, keep trying, but you got to do something right here, buddy. Otherwise, you're going to stay at the bottom of the barrel. Now we've got at the number 9 spot, I'm Falcon Awesome, owned by Nick Wycliffe. Not a whole lot is known about this owner here. One thing is for sure, though, not very good. He couldn't beat number 8, Thick City Thoughts. Now, he is going up against Dickie's Dogs this week, which is the worst team in the league, but you got to get more out of Lamar Jackson. You got to get more out of Ted Gurley. Frank Gore is your RB2. Guy's like 95 years old. He's older than Tom Brady. Figure that one out. Julian Edelman, Travis Kelce. I don't know. You got some players. Cooper Kupp's always been good, but they're just not great. You got to make a lot of moves. You've got some points you're leaving on the bench. Alan Lazard should be a starter. Are you fucking kidding me? Urbandale guy, go Iowa, okay? Get that guy in. I mean, right now, this team looks like they don't know what the fuck is going on, okay? Bottom of the league, Dickie's Dogs. I don't know what to say, man. If you can't get a win this week against I'm Falcon Awesome, hang up the cleats, man. Start tanking. Try and get Trevor Lawrence next year. I got nothing to say for you, man. Figure it out. Jeez.